We're trying to balance the budget. Use club soda. Who's waiting to send me? Okay, all right, send the ring.
How do you do?
How do you do? Now listen, I gotta make this quick. I'll do all the talking. Any minute the Senate's gonna call and tell me to come back, answer some questions. Jack Weston told me. Mrs.
Partridge.
Partridge, yes, Jack Weston told me you were coming. The Senate is driving me crazy. I'm there every day, it seems to me. I just get out my stuff, come in the office, they say come back, answer some questions. What am I doing? What am I not doing? And why? The Senate, Mrs. Partridge, is the only one on God's green earth that can waste the whole day and nobody can stop him. Nobody. Greatest time waster in the world. I'm there every day. I'm there for hours, days, weeks. Okay. McKeever, let the French have it. No, when you hear, and the answer is no. This is what happens in Washington. I've learned something new. Honesty. Just plain honesty. I'm not used to it yet, but I'm getting the hang of it. I've been in business all my life, and I can't change overnight. Anyway, it's going to turn a trick. Because if you're not honest down here, they'll catch you at it. And then you do get help.
You know, I always thought that you would be a big, silent man. Well, you're big, but you're not silent. Why don't you just sit down behind this desk and be silent? It'll do you good. Come on, try it. Why, I know you anywhere. You look just like your boss downstairs.
That isn't me. That's Stonewall Jackson.
Not here. Downstairs in the General Products Building.
There's a statue of me in the General Products Building?
Yes, didn't you know? It's very good, too.
Oh. No, they didn't have to go and do a thing like that. How big is it?
Oh, it's big.
Yeah? And whereabouts is it?
Right across from the elevators. So it's the first thing you see coming in and going out.
Yeah?
And on dark days, there's a light from the ceiling that shines right down on your head.
Sort of a halo.
Don't tell me they forgot to write you it.
I don't see a third of the mail that comes in no time. And if I do get a minute, the guy then said What's the matter?
You mustn't even think about the goddamn Senate.
How can I get that?
It just occurred to me, are you Taurus the Bull?
How's that?
I'm Leo the Lion. I was born July 25th. When's your birthday? April
7th.
Aries. No wonder you're successful in business. J.P. Morgan was around too.
I don't think I understand you, Mrs. Partridge.
I have a hobby, horoscopes.
Horoscopes? Really? Can you tell fortunes?
Oh, heavens, no. That sort of thing is silly. But the zodiac, it may not always be accurate, but you'd be surprised how often. Well, take you for example. You're a regular man. I don't understand how you did all those things with General Products, building it up into such a big company.
Tell me, Mrs. Partridge, how long have you been with the company?
Not long.
What company were you with before?
Oh, I wasn't with the company before. I was on the stage.
The stage? You mean an actress?
46 productions.
time or another, I wanted to be an actor.
Oh, I'm glad you did, Mr. McKeever. It's a terrible business.
Still would have been fun. Clyde Fitch, Shakespeare. You ever do Shakespeare?
A little bit, not much.
Must have been wonderful.
I never cared much for Shakespeare. He's so tiring. You never get to sit down unless you...
Still would have been fun. I had one recitation. They used to applaud like crazy when I was finished.
Well, the applause is very nice. The rest.
Our Professor elocution teacher, Professor Sleuth, had me do it for the parents and everybody at the end of the term. They wrote it up in a paper. Nice write-up. It said, spoke with real fire. Real fire!
That's a good notice.
Spartacus to the gladiators.
What?
That was the name of the piece, Spartacus to the gladiators. No, I still remember it.
Well, that happens, something that you learn when you're young, or all your life, it just stays with you.
You called me chief, you wouldn't do me a big favor and listen to it, would you? Tell me what you really think?
I'd love to.
Right, if you don't like it, you can say so.
Oh, I will. Whenever I go backstage to someone's dressing room, I'm always very honest.
See, because at my age, it's probably too late at my age. It would be foolish now, wouldn't it?
Yes, it will.
Yeah, I guess it would. Well, anyway, here it is. I haven't done it in a long time.
I know.
Ever since I was in grade.
I mean, you can hear you nailed this.
Woo!
You really nailed it.
Yeah. Yes.
And you've done it well before, but this was, CJ, the hat. CJ, the timing, the relaxation, the voice was smooth. There was no good. How about that? You know what I mean? It was another voice. And the legs.
I noticed that.
Get to see your legs.
No.
The Discovery folks, that's a good pair of hands. That's a hell of a pair of hands. And it all helps in the scene seducing this guy, and the way you used your body and your whole, in that chair, the choreography, the way you used your legs, your body, your smiles, your head.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Come.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody that could have done it better. I mean, you just kind of nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just, the timing was the best I've ever seen you do.
Mm-hmm.
You were just so natural, and yet it was truly the precision that I've never had that kind of precision that I've seen. And the way you took the movement that I suggested and made it your own. It gave you a sense of harried, she's driving you crazy, and all of that. It was quite wonderful. Anybody, Ed?
I had to go to the bathroom at the beginning of class, and that's where I went.
I'm recording it for you, Ed.
I didn't want to come in because I heard the laughter, and that's great. That's great. Laughter is.
And you played it well. You played the laughter. You didn't let it get to you. It didn't upset the timing. You didn't overplay when you heard the laughter, which happens often with comedy. You hear the laugh and you start doing too much. And that's the danger of comedy. You didn't let that happen. Yeah, James.
I just thought it was really admirable how it never felt like there were cues.
Nope.
It just felt like a real conversation, the way that you kept it moving without any dead air or space. That was really superb.
Excellent.
Yeah, we had mentioned
mentioned something about sensuality, and there was so much.
Mm-hmm.
You were just oozing. It was oozing.
And I know you can do it, but you can show it.
You also mentioned something about actresses of the 30s and 40s, and
Yes.
were
For the hat, everything,
Yes,
everything,
yes.
everything set. And even to the point that you were listening, and your listening made him just set the whole scene. And the movement of your head, the movement of your hands, just absolutely
yes.
perfect. Just perfect. It was wonderful.
I think it's very interesting to see CJ, someone who is so seasoned as an actor, and you who have been studying so hard lately as an actor, to be working on a scene that is so very clearly, and I've seen you guys do this, I saw you guys do this a year ago, and seeing this again is unbelievable, the change. And it's remarkable to me how, especially physically, for me as a dancer and as someone who approaches acting from a movement perspective, looking at you like you were saying with the just the slight gesture of the hands and the twist of the head and the whatnot, and to have you're not a dancer. And you don't have to be. You shouldn't be. Like, we need to have people who are not of the same physical quality on stage at the same time, interacting with each other. And it was gorgeous. And I loved seeing the evolution of it. That was beautiful.
Yes.
it was wonderful. I wanted more. I keep telling him that you
Do Spartacus and Gladiator.
We almost got everybody. Nobody got to do 3 things. We'll save that for Saturday. I'm sorry, Larry, I have to go, but I'd love to invite him to come and do it. Let's do this with the scenes for Saturday. Let's see if we can take it to the next level. As good as some of them were, there's still lots of room, you know? See if you can come in with a plan for Saturday. And at least try some different stuff in some way, you know? Take the notes, take your own thoughts about what you did, take what we said, use whatever you can, discard what you don't need or what you don't want, and come in with fresh stuff in a way, you know, rather than repeat the same thing. But let's do them again. It's only good when you do it again. Anybody can have a hit once. It's hard to keep going, you know, and doing it again, and bringing something that's equally good and even better, even if it sometimes it means it might not be as good, but you're exploring something new, you know, which is more important. It'll be good. There's so much talent. Okay? Don't be shy. You got great talent in this room. Let's share it. Let's share it. This is the last session of the 2015. Let's bring our friends and enemies that we owe money to. Thank you.